Hey folks, it's Rithgar here, how you doing? So, yesterday, well I say yesterday, it was last week it actually was, we had a car that came in and most of the suspension was completely destroyed. We eventually managed to identify all of the missing parts and we replaced them and we made an absolute fortune from it. I'm not sure the person who owns it did quite so well out of it. I gotta be honest with you, I really don't think he did. So, we've got a number of different orders here that are currently available. Most of these are suspension issues, and we could do one of these. There's a brake issue there, or we could do that one, hard to control, suspension rattling, things like that. Or we could just go for another story mode one, and I quite like these story mode ones because my car doesn't start, and even when it's working, it made was strange. Every morning I'd wake up the entire neighborhood. Please do something so it would work and not make such noise. Now, the thing is with these story mode ones is we don't know what's wrong with them. So we've got to try to identify what's wrong with them, and it's good fun doing that. And yes, it is a steep learning curve because I know nothing about cars and I'm not a very fast learner either. So yeah, you probably noticed that some of them are a bit of a struggle. We're going to try it though. We're going to do it. We're going to go for it. We are going to try this new car, this story mode one. Something else that I'm also going to do, just bring that one over there. Right, that is a lovely shade of green. Green is actually my favourite colour. Someone was asking me the other day. It's just, I tend to use blue a lot on different things because it shows up better than green. But before we do that, a lot of people have been saying, could I use a repair bench to repair some of this stuff? Because look, some of these are in condition, we can't reuse them. I could sell them as they are, but, you know, if we were to try to repair them, we got a 50% chance of doing a full repair. So that repair cost is 11, so let's try it. And, oh, I see, it doesn't even repair it fully. The parts condition after the repair, 71%. Repair 1%, so it doesn't. The parts condition has decreased. This one here, brake caliper, the parts condition has decreased. Repair cost. Oh, that must be the last one. 9%. Let's try it. That one repaired. You managed to repair the part. The parts condition after the repair is 83%. This one's at 70, this one's at 83. So let's see if we can do that again and see if it will improve it. Repair chance is 59% by sort of boosting the repair chance. Now, if we come out of there, and most of these things, the repair chance is like 50-odd%. If you we want to have a look at how much we can get for selling it. Now that we've repaired that part, I mean, we got a solid drive axle there, that's $8. Yes, we got no chance of repairing it because it's really low. That one, $51. So it's actually profitable for us to do that, and we could buy a new part, or we could use that one. Most of the parts that are coming in are requiring, you know, maximum rather than sort of partial repair. Front suspension cross member. See, none of those were actually available to be repaired. There's only this one here. Repair cost $15. And we got a chance of repairing it more. We've lost that one as well. So we've just destroyed everything that we had in the workshop. Destroyed everything. So we really need to level up and start. And even when it was working, the sounds it made were strange. Right. We need to change the oil and refill with new. It doesn't say anything about the oil filter though. So move not to parking. To the test path. Oh, cannot start engine. Right. Okay, well, let's put it on to the lifter then. Move car to car lifter A. I've no idea what we're going to do with this because I've never encountered a vehicle that doesn't actually work. And I've got no real sort of clue as to how we might go about deciphering this issue. Right, what do we got? What do I do? I've absolutely got no idea where to start. Let's take a look at the engine. So we've got throttle. What we kind of want to do is we want to see what condition some various parts are in, but we got no way of doing it. So the car won't start. So let's start with the starter motor. That would be a good one. So let's examine mode. Can be examined by an electric meter. Engine head cover. Strange knocking noises. Knocking noises would suggest that maybe there was something, not that one, maybe there was something wrong with like the timing or something like that. So maybe we could remove the timing belt cover. Let's take a look at some of these parts. That can't be examined there. The serpentine belt A, no, that's... See, those are in good condition. The steering pump, no. Either roller. We can take a look at the cover. Right. Yeah, a knocking noise. I don't really know. I suppose actually a knocking noise might be coming from inside there. Let's go to part unmount, and we'll come down over here, and we're going to take the starter off for a start. And when we starter off for a start, yeah, you see what I did there? I thought it was quite clever. And if we go back to the part mount mode, it's back on. 64%. Right, so that one's okay. That one's actually working. We can just take stuff off and put it back on to sort of find out how well it's working. Gearbox from underneath. I mean, the gearbox could very well be the knocking noise that is involved, or it could be something up here. It could be something to do with ignition wires. Let's try... how do I take... Oh, actually, right, we've got nothing discovered. Let's remove... No, I'm trying to put stuff apart. Unmount, that's what I want. Ignition wires. Let's remove those. Ignition wires, 65%. It does come up and tell you on the side there what they are, what the percentage is. It's actually quite useful. So if we can start just stripping some of the stuff out of the engine. This is completely random guesswork from me, because like I've said before many a time, I have got no clue what I'm doing inside an engine. Right, that's the cover was 65%. Well, we know that the radiator, that was 65%, so it's nothing to do with that. And what do we got here? Camshafts. Oh, there's the spark plugs, so let's remove that one. 13%. Right, that one's got to be done. 15%, that one's got to be done. So it's, obviously the spark plugs aren't helping matters. 9. And that one there. 10%. Right, that's got to be 4 of the items. Car status, yes, spark plugs. There's 4 spark plugs. That's part of it. Okay, we're making progress. We've actually done something useful. So, a knocking noise. I would say that we want to take off the timing cover. So we want to remove that belt and that belt, and then the idler roller there. We'll remove... No, I didn't want to do that. We'll remove that one, the power steering pump. There you go. And then, so that one was 65%. This crankshaft pulley here, take that one out. 65%. Let's take the alternator off. It's probably not the alternator or anything to do with the alternator. That one's at 65%. Water pump. Take that one off there and there. That one is 65%. Okay, so I'm slowly stripping everything off of here. I'm going to remove the timing cover, and this is the bits I want to see in here. 65%, and the timing belt itself at 65%. Cam gear also 65. I got a feeling that we're in completely the wrong way here. I mean, I don't think that to identify a knocking noise in an engine, you should be stripping everything out from the engine like I'm doing here. I'm pretty sure that this is not an economical way of doing this. Right, there's those two, and then that one up there. This is going to be difficult to remove. Take that out. I mean, maybe it is something to... I mean... Oh, hang on a minute. See that pile of rust down there? I reckon we're on the wrong track here. Right, that one was also 65%. Can I remove the engine? No, I've got to take off a whole load of other stuff. But the fuel filter there, that was at 25%. And the muffler and stuff from underneath. Look at that. That's really rusty. So that's going to be noise. He said noise, didn't he? Noise, noise, noise. Let's go here. Car status. Right, yes, we found the fuel filter. That was another one. If we got some... I really think I'm on the wrong track with trying to rip the engine apart. But let's take off the exhaust manifold and work our way through the exhaust, the bits to the exhaust, because I reckon that's probably something to do with it. So we remove all of those, and there's another one down there and another one there. That one is 65%. So then we've got an exhaust section there. It's not going to be that. Let's have a look around and see if we get any clues from solid bits of rust. I mean, we've got the middle muffler there. That, I mean, I reckon that's probably half of it. So let's just go back over here. We will have to put all of this stuff back together again. We can get to that. Right, so we've also got to do the engine oil. And if we look under here, this is not looking good. So if I take off, I don't want suspension, body, no. I want to try and get to the bit on the engine up there. Right, wheel, if you can come out of the way, I want that one there. Let's remove that one. Okay, that's at 65%, so it's not that one. And middle muffler. This one doesn't look good. 19%. Rear muffler. That one is also looking pretty grim. 15%. Right. So there's 2 more bits. The middle muffler and the rear muffler. We've got 3 parts undiscovered. Right. Oil is one of the things. We've got to do the oil, haven't we? So let's... Actually, I'm just going to inspect that part there, examine, and you've got to remove it. Okay, part unmount. Let's remove the oil filter. That one's at 65%, so the oil filter is actually okay. So let's come out of there, and we're going to, technically we shouldn't be doing the oil first. We should be doing all these other bits first. Well, what else can we do? Let's go over to the table and see if we can repair any of these bits that we've taken off. So we can. Okay, those are all 65%. We don't want to we're not going to touch those, because otherwise we're going to have to replace bits that we don't want to replace. And let's just have a look here. Have we got available skill points there? That's the one we want there, level 2. And then the others we'll worry about in level 3. That one there, I mean, successful repair chance raised to 75%. That seems pretty good. 100% faster part examination, faster unscrewing, unlocks the electric meter. So there's all kinds of things there. So we're going to want a, what's it called? A middle muffler and rear muffler V8OHV. So let's get those a minute. V8OHV. I have no idea what that even means. And exhaust. Right. Middle muffler. Was it? Yeah, middle muffler was just the middle muffler, wasn't it? That one. So we want to buy that for $110. And then rear muffler V8 OHV is that one, $150. And we want 4 spark plugs as well. And I think it's just standard spark plugs. So down through here. Yes, there we go, spark plugs. I want 4 of those. There. Right. So we've got those items. What else is going to be the issue? So let's car status doesn't start, and when it was working the sounds it made were strange. I woke up the entire neighborhood. Right, strange. Well, strange sounds is different. Waking up the neighborhood, that's fine. That's the 2 mufflers, and we can deal with those. But what else could possibly be wrong with the car that is making strange noises? So let's go I want to go like that, and then I want to go to part mount, and we want the rear muffler, the new one, to go on there, and then I want the middle muffler, the new one, to go on there. Right. There's nothing else to go back there. Looking around for the like the rusty parts, that does make a significant difference. It does really help. Examine. We can only examine that by carrying out tests. So I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to put everything else back together and then carry out a test drive. So let's go to part mount and see if we can remember everything else that we got to put on. Oh no, the oil filter is fine. That one's going to go back on just as it is. We want the front section of the muffler to go back on. That one was also at 65%. If I can... Why is it not letting me move? Oh, accessible from engine bay. That's why. We've got to lower this one down. And so if I go to... Whoop, there we go. That one there. Then we go into the top and we take a look in here. We go to part mount again. And first of all, we want to put the exhaust manifold back on. And that one stays as he is with no changes. And then it's only the ones that are broken that we've got to replace with new items. So if we can put that on there like that. And... then there was some strange noises. We've got to do a fuel filter. That's one thing that we do need to do. So we can put that camshaft back on at 64%. And then we've got these bits here. All of these are at 64%. So I shouldn't have taken any of these off. That's okay. We can do this. And you, put you back on there. See, I can do this. I'm getting better at it. I can actually do this. I've still got no clue what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's just a minor detail. So fuel filter, I need to buy a fuel filter. We go press T, we can get fuel filter. That would be under engine, and let's go fuel like that. That should allow us a fuel filter. There we go. Right. come out of there, and we can put that one on. New fuel filter. And then, let's go back over to this bit. We can put that one on the back there. That one's in the condition that it was already in. Here we go. So, this, like, full engine strip down and rebuild, it could very well be something that we have to do on our own car, right from the ground up. I mean, there are some bits on our car that are acceptable, but generally speaking, a lot of our car is going to need a huge amount of work. And it seems that you can only repair items that are above a certain percentage, and I thought that maybe you'd be able to repair them right the way from like 1% or something like that, but apparently you can't do that. Apparently you've got to go all the way from the top. Now, on this side down here, everything seemed to be okay. There didn't seem to be any issues. It was all just like partial percentages, so we can put some of these items back on. Let's go back over here. We want the belt tensioner. That one's fine. Put that on, and that's the crankshaft inside there. So the water pump, that one's fine. That one can go back on. We can put the timing cover back on. I zoom in a little bit. There we go. Right. And crankshaft pulley. There we go. That one can go back on. And then idler roller. Yep. We've got to put that alternator back on at 64% as well. So all of these bits, these are just fine. So I got it wrong when I said a knocking. There isn't a knocking. You said a funny noise. Now, a funny noise is completely different. That could very well be suspension. So I've put everything back on down there that needs to go on. So let's just quickly look at the car status. We've replaced those. Oh, spark plugs. Okay, so we haven't quite done everything. We do need to do the spark plugs. Those go back in there. We want to go to part mount, and we got 4 spark plugs in there. 1 and 2, and then another one in there. 3, and last but not least, that one in there, number 4. And then we want to put these leads back on, the ignition wires. They all got to go on. That's at 64%, so they're okay as well. Now I think we've done everything. So let's close the hood down a minute and take a look. Right, so we've done all those. We've got 3 bits not discovered, and we could also do with doing the oil. So if we lift it up a minute and we do the oil first, so that that's done and out the way, then we can concentrate on trying to find these other 3 bits. So move equipment under the car lifter. There we go. And now we want to use equipment. That will drain out the old oil. Put you, place equipment back. There we go. Now we lower that one back down again. And then we can dump in a load of oil into the engine. There we go. And click on the engine like that. Oil fill plug. Right. How much should we put in? I don't know how much this engine takes. Could take quite a bit. About there will do, I think. That seems to be pretty good. Okay, let's take a look. Oil dipstick. There we go. Okay, we could do with a bit more than that. I don't know how much we're supposed to put in for purposes of the game. I mean, are we supposed to fill it right up? Are we supposed to be really generous with it? Are we supposed to just, like, put in barely enough? I'm absolutely not sure on that one. I mean, that there is almost to max. So that's, I mean, I think we should operate a policy of almost to max because, you know, we're not trying to screw the customers over, are we? We are trying to be as honest as we can with our customers. So let's move the car now. Or see if we can, to the test path. Cannot start. What do you mean you can't start the engine? We fixed it. I made sure it ran. Actually, I didn't make sure it ran. So, now what am I supposed to do? So, we know that the engine is still not working. So, maybe it's something to do... Okay, so we got the throttle. We can take that off. Hang on, what was the throttle? I didn't actually take a look at what the part mount... Let's put that back on a minute. 64%. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, so part unmount... fuel rail, 65%. Intake manifold, that should be fine. I cannot see there be an issue with it. But we've replaced some bits, and it should now be working. Everything should be fine. We've stacked it up with oil, 65%. Examine. Can I examine? Can be examined with a compression tester. Take it off the car. Okay. Well, what am I supposed to do now? I can't start the car. What other bits have we got that we can use? Part unmount. What's this? That's to do with the engine block. What else would you use to start the car? Is it anything to do with the brakes? No, it wouldn't be anything to do with that. Ignition. Oh, what about electrical switches and stuff like that? Is that part of this? Let's come out of there. And what else? Battery. Car battery. Let's take a look at the battery. It won't start. So let's remove that one. Battery 7%. We found something. Ha ha. Right. We're cooking on gas now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to our tablet. We want to go all... Actually, I don't want fuel. There. Where do I get batteries from? Do I need to go back out of here? Is batteries on a different one? All tyre, rims, body shop. That's the interior. So no, it is in this one. So where do I get battery from? Type it in. Battery. Oop, not battery. Battery. There we go. And there is the battery. Right, so let's buy one of those. I clear that. There we go. Right, and now we can go... No, I don't want to do that. I want to go like that, and then go to part mount, and we can put the battery back there. So that battery's now full, and I'll put back the exhaust manifold like this. That one was fine, I think. There we go. Right, and now we want to put the fuel rail back on. That one was fine as well at 60%. And we got the throttle over there. That one was fine. Right, I think that's everything that, again, that we took off. We didn't take off much else. So we got the battery. I managed to get that one this time. The radiator was okay. Let's try it now. Let's see what we've got. So, car status, two parts not discovered. And we should also have done the oil as well. That's classed as done. Right, so we've got 2 bits not discovered. Let's see if we can move the car. Is it still going to say cannot start engine? Right. So what do we do now? We can't start the engine. Is there anything to do with in here? I can't. It doesn't look like there's anything in there that would cause a problem. So let's lift the hood up. I mean, we can try the air intake, but I can't see that would have anything to do with starting the engine. We've got the battery. That bit's done. And we've got the fuel filter. We found that. And we found a few other bits. So those were all 65%. That one's at 65%. So there's nothing to do with that. The brake, servo. I'm running out of ideas. I really am. I stripped everything off down there. Let's take that radiator off and move it out the way. Just because, yeah, it's getting it. It's... I really don't know what to do now. Right, the oil filter was okay. Well, the only other things that I can think of is maybe the wheels, but it says the car won't start. Now, does the game sort of work in that it will only allow you to move it if it says the car won't start, even if everything is... Like, it's got to be in perfect condition for everything to run. If it says to start with, the car won't start. Well, is that like a permanent feature then? Right, let's have a look here. Those brakes look okay. I can't see anything wrong with them. And I can't see anything wrong with those. Let's go up to this side. See, again, they all look okay. See, you're looking at them, there doesn't seem to be like any serious issues there. Can we cheat a little bit and like look in the inside of the engine? I can't see anything. I can't see anything wrong with the inside of the engine, even though I am doing it. What do we do? I don't know. I'm genuinely confused by this. The strange noises. There's 2 bits that don't, and the car won't start. The starter was okay. We got that one, and the engine block. Fuel. Right. So we got the fuel, and then you got the gearbox, and you got the shock absorbers. It's nothing to do with those. What about this front suspension cross member? Maybe it's something to do with the gearbox. I can't see how that would possibly stop it from starting, though. It makes no sense. I've changed everything. I checked everything. Right, let's take another look at the front here. I took everything off on the front, didn't I? Go to car status. So the rear muffler, the spark plugs, battery. I was pleased that we got the battery, I must admit. I was very pleased. Let's see if we can remove some of these bits. it say what the percentages are? It doesn't actually say what the percentages are for those. Interior disassemble. Nope. So let's go onto here and part mount. How do I put the lights back on? I don't think I can. I am genuinely at a loss. I think I'm going to start stripping the whole engine apart. But that makes no sense whatsoever. Why on earth would I have to do that? So let's lift it up onto the car lift again. Let's see if we can... If I go to body, and does it give me a part mount mode? Assemble. Switch to assemble mode. There we go. 69% for that one, and that one is also 69%. So it's not the headlights. Yeah, I am really sort of, struggling with this now. How could this car possibly not be running? I mean, yes, admittedly, I've now taken everything out again, but I can't see that it would be that much of an issue. I'm thinking, it's got to be something inside the... Oh, hang on, ignition coil. I took the ignition wires off, didn't I? But I didn't do anything with the ignition coil. What's that one? There. 5%, right, the ignition coil. We found another one. Yes! I am so pleased. Ignition coil right there. So, I4SOHC. Let's just get that one a minute. And I want to go Hang on. It would help if I could spell. Ignition coil. That one. Okay. Let's come out of there. And then we want to go to part mount. And we want to put that one back on. There we go. Put you on. You on. And then those wires. Yep, there we go. So that's those bits done. We've the intake manifold, everything else. That's all done as well. Let's come over to here. I want to put the filter base in. And the air filter. It's at 65. Air cover. It's at 65 as well. Right, so far, I'm slowly getting there. We're slowly sort of working our way through all of these bits, and we're going to run out of time as well. It's a little bit unfortunate, but so the ignition thingy round the back, I completely missed that one. And the last clip on there, we can put the radiator back on as well. Right, so I think that's everything that we need to put on has now been put back on. So let's lower that down and just see if we can move it. We got one more thing that we got to find on this car. That is... Yeah, it just says part not discovered. So there's one more item on here that we got to find. Let's just see if it will allow us to move it to the test path. Cannot start engine. Right, so there's still one thing in here somewhere. Okay, I'm going to take that brake pump off. Brake servo. Nope. Right, excuse me. I need to drink, and I'm going to go through this and see if I can't find out what it is. Right, I have been going over this thing with a fine-tooth comb. I have been racking my brains. I cannot understand what could possibly be wrong with this car. We've done the battery, okay? So we know that the electronics are now working. That's all fine. We have done the spark plugs and the little ignition coil on the back that I nearly missed. That's been done as well. We've done the mufflers for the funny noises. Well, for the noise, not funny noise. So that's all been done. It's saying that the car won't start. We've done actually the starter motor was fine. The fuel filter was clogged. Fuel filter. Okay, so hang on. Fuel. Is there fuel lines or anything like that? What's at the back? What's back here? Right. So you got that fuel tank there. Look at the rust. Look at the rust. Okay. Examine. Can we examine? Can be examined by a fuel. Okay, so let's just take this thing off. There we go. 9%. The fuel pump. Okay, so the fuel pump in the fuel tank. I should have thought of this because I have actually had such an issue with my own car when I was much younger. The fuel tank, the filter intake on the fuel tank actually was what got damaged on that. But yeah. Basically, this is what we want. Right here. At last. I can't believe it. I was literally just sat there thinking, I wonder what it is. I wonder, I've literally gone over everything. And right at the back, where I just didn't think to look all the way back here. There we go. That's done. Okay, let's take it down off of here. I bet that's all finished. I don't even need to look. I know that it is all finished. We have done it at last. Right. So there is another story mode 1 complete, and there we go. Everything done. Total payout $1,270. Finish order. Cars, brake, servo, missing. What? Oh, of course, yeah, we took a piece off, didn't we? Is it a bad idea to take bits off of a car and then not sort of put them back on before you return the vehicle? People do get they have a tendency to get upset by those things. I mean, I know it's just a minor detail, but I can't understand it either. But yes, they do have a tendency to get upset by these sorts of things. Right, car status. There we go. 1270. Finished. Job done. Brilliant. Thank you very much. We got now 2,912 XP out of 2,917. So we want 5 more XP to be able to get to the next point so that we can unlock an upgrade. I'm thinking that we might actually go for that one. I mean, what are these others here? So we got 100% faster screwing and unscrewing. That's actually useful. We used that one already, and it'd be good if it could go faster still. Examine a lot of electronic computer connected parts not working in older cars. You can use it through Pie menu while in part overview. That's really good. Electronic meter. Check all electronic connections and resistances you can use through. Right, so both of those would be useful. 5% more income from finished orders. Ooh, I like that. Unlocks compression tester. General engine condition parts like head block or pistons can be examined. You can use it. And that is faster installing and removing. So many different upgrades that we want. Not really sure. Right, what we want is a quick one so that we can do an upgrade. The next story one, which we will do next week, we'll try and do one story one a week, I think. I bought this car from the dealer. It wasn't the cheapest, but supposedly it was a good deal. The only problem is the gears that are very difficult to change, and sometimes something bangs on the left side and on the right also. Check the general condition. Repair was needed, but the dealer ensures that everything is nearly new. It sounds like you got had on that one, mate, I'm afraid. It sounds like something wrong with the gearbox, although I have no idea what it might be, but anyway. Loud exhaust. That sounds like it's really simple. Normal order, minimal condition 92%. Let's take that order. I reckon that one will be really quick. That will get us the little bit of XP that we need in order to get another level up point. So if we come over to this one and we just want to move it straight over to the lifter. So car lift A, whiz that one over there. There we go. And I'll put it up onto the lift. Now we can take a look at... Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go like that. Car status. So it's just exhaust manifold I4B, front exhaust section I4B. So it's just those two. It's literally those two. This is going to be a really, really fast order to do. So we want exhaust, and it's just the I4B. It was the mid-section I4B and front section I4B. So front exhaust section I4B. No, not B. Just front exhaust section. Why is this so complicated? Front exhaust section I6. Okay, now I'm genuinely confused because I don't see the one that I said, and I've got a feeling that I got it all wrong. Muffler, that's why. Exhaust manifold and front exhaust section. A I4B, and then exhaust manifold I4B. Right. So I want the exhaust manifold, I4B. So we go for that one first because I can remember that. Well, I'm just holding it in my head, I4B. There, exhaust manifold, I4B. I want that one. And then I want, what was it? Front exhaust A, and then I4B. So we want to go front exhaust section B, I4B. No. B. No. Front exhaust section. Where's the bit that we need? Front exhaust section B. Front exhaust section A. There we go, that one. Right. So we got both of those, and that's all we need. That's all we need to do. So if we can come into here, that's my timer to say that we're nearly out of time anyway. So that's actually worked out quite beautifully. We want to take that one off right there. So we've got those along the top. We can quickly whiz through and take those off. And then there's 4 down there to take that one off. And then we've got another section underneath that we'll have to replace. But we'll probably have to do that through underneath the car. Yeah, so if we go straight to the part mount mode now, and we put that one back on, we want the new one. Put that on there. Quickly go through. There we go. So that's all of those. And that one's done. Right, so now I can come out and I can close the hood down, and then I can go and lift the car a bit higher. We can go underneath and get the other one. There we go. And it's that one. It's not suspension. It's that section there. That's got to be removed. So then we can just go to part mount. That's actually really, really easy. There's no nuts or anything to take that one off. And that's it. The job is done already. That's brilliant. If I press and hold that, will it... Oh, no, it doesn't. You've got to lower it down first, and then you've got to press and hold it to take it off. But that should be all done. Lower down. And go on, out you come. There we go. Car status done. Finish order. $280. Beautiful. And we got our level up point as well. Right, okay, let's go and take a look at this. We can get our points. So I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to take that one there because, you know, it seems like it'd be more money that we could make. And these testers, they also seem like they'd be really, really good. And I would like to get them, but at the same time, the 100% faster ones, no. But, I mean, those two are really good. That one there, raised to 65%. So at the moment, it's 65. 65. But it was saying 59%, wasn't it? Or did I get that wrong? I may have been reading it wrong. So we're going to do that one there. We're going to unlock that upgrade. And then we'll go for these if we can't get some of those first. Yeah, we'll worry about that then. Right, so next week I will be doing that one there. And what's this here? Find and fix all engine problems list provided. And replace engine oil and filter list provided. That, because you can't actually see what the list is. That actually sounds like it might be fun. Actually, like getting into the engine itself and trying to go into it. That actually seems like it would be quite entertaining, especially as we'd have a list. So I'm going to take that order so that it's here ready for us for next week. If you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give me a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me and get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Let's just take a quick look at what we got to do on this one for next week. Fuel filter, 1 ignition coil, 1 oil filter, and a power steering pump. That's actually really, really simple. We should knock that one through in no time at all. But we'll worry about that one next week. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.